All right, everybody. So in this lesson, we're going to be taking a look at an overview of the YouTube business model. And first of all, let's take a 60,000 foot view of the YouTube business model. And then after that, let's take a 30,000 foot view and see all the individual steps in between that go into this process of doing this successfully. So first of all, let's start with the 60,000 foot view of the YouTube business model. And that starts with choosing a niche. Now what you're about to see is a very condensed view of this business model. But then, like I said, I'm going to be showing you a much more in-depth view of everything that goes into this. But first of all, let's just get a conceptual understanding about how this works. And it starts with choosing a niche. And once you've chosen your niche, now it's time to generate content. And after you generate content, then we're going to upload and optimize the content that we generated. And then it's time to monetize our channels and make money from them. And then finally analyze and optimize based off of the data from running these channels. So this right here condenses this entire YouTube business model into only 5 steps. But as we know, there's a lot more that actually goes into this. So now let's take a look at a 30,000 foot view of the YouTube business model, a little bit more close up, not going into every single detail because that's what this course is for. And you'll notice that this course that you're watching right now, Tube Mastery and Monetization 2.0, is designed to go in the same exact order as the steps laid out in this business model. So all of this stuff is going to be combining, and I'm going to be giving you a checklist on exactly how to do this, what steps you need to take in between, and realistic time frame expectations for doing this as well. But first of all, let's go back to our 30,000 foot view of this YouTube business model. And let's take a look at the individual steps in between. So this starts with choosing a niche. Now this is the broad step right here. And then as you can see, we have individual smaller steps. And the first step will be to choose a type of channel to run, because there is actually different types of YouTube channels. So the first step that we need to take is to choose a type of channel to run. Now this is actually before having made a decision of choosing a niche. And then it's time to do market research on a few different niches. We're going to think about things that we're passionate about. We're going to think about things that are doing really good. I'm going to be giving you a list of over 100 plus profitable niches, plus tons of example channels in different niches as well to really help you make your decision. And I'm even going to be showing you case studies of tons of different channels in different niches. But first of all, we need to do market research to see if a niche is even worth doing. And I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do that in this program. And then after we do market research, it's time to come to a final decision about choosing a niche. And I want to give you as many resources as I possibly can in this program to help you make this decision. So now that we have our niche chosen, now it's time to set up our channel. And this includes choosing a channel name, setting up the channel, optimizing the channel correctly, which I'm going to show you how to do, and everything else that goes into it. And now it's time to plan out our content, and this is going to be our first batch of content. And this starts with doing keyword research to find low competition yet high search volume phrases that we're going to try to rank for to get initial search traffic into our channels. And it's going to give us data on how we can implement something called similar metadata to start getting our videos ranking in the suggested video feeds of other popular videos and our own videos. And this is how you can truly blow up on YouTube. So keyword research is incredibly important, and I'm going to show you how to do it the correct way, a really unique method that's not taught anywhere else online. And then after that, it's time to come up with a list of 33 video ideas. Now, these aren't going to be things necessarily that we're just coming up with from the top of our head. This is going to be after doing a lot of research into different channels, coming up with video ideas from popular YouTube channels, and then about half of the video ideas will come from keyword research, just to make sure that we can give you the best chance for success possible. And then after that, it's time to set up systems for the actual content creation. And this includes systematizing our scripts and everything else. And I'll be getting into that in this program. And then after that, it's time to actually generate our first batch of content. This is going to be our first 33 video ideas. Now you might be wondering why I'm saying 33 video ideas and coming up with our first 33 videos. Well, this constitutes what I like to call the beta phase of planning your YouTube channel. Now the beta phase is the first 33 videos that you upload on your channel. Now, the primary purpose of this phase is to get data from these first 33 videos, and I've noticed that the average amount of videos it takes for one of my videos to start to get traction on a brand new channel is around 33 videos. So that's where that number comes from, and it's about a month worth of content if you're uploading every single day. Now, you don't have to upload every day either. I'm going to be getting into that more later in the program. But once we have our video ideas, our channel is made, it's all laid out, now it's time to actually generate the content. Now, you have a couple different options for generating content. Either you can generate the content yourself, or you can pay other people to generate the content for you. If you were doing it yourself, obviously it is going to take a lot longer. However, it's definitely a viable thing to do. In fact, all my new YouTube channels, I try to at least generate a little bit of the content myself, just to make sure that I'm putting the correct systems in place before eventually outsourcing. And on my first YouTube channel that I made, I did it all myself until the channel got to the point of making around $9,000 a month, which is the point that I outsourced the channels. So once we generate our first batch of content, and I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do it in this course, then it's time to upload our videos. And that starts with actually uploading the videos to YouTube. And then what I recommend doing is setting them to private and then optimizing the videos. And this goes into the optimization phase, which we'll be getting into in this program. And then it's time to schedule our uploads to be released on a regular schedule. So I actually recommend generating all the content, those first 33 videos that constitute the beta phase. And then what I recommend doing is uploading them all to YouTube after you batch created all this content, upload it to YouTube, and then optimize all of the videos while they're on YouTube on private, and then actually schedule the videos to be released. And then it's time to actually figure out how we're going to monetize this content as well. And we're really going to figure out monetization earlier in the program. However, now it's time to actually implement that monetization. And there's a ton of different ways to go about it that we're going to be covering. Then once we figure out our monetization strategy, then it's time to scale. Now, this is personally my favorite phase of this whole process. And this consists of analyzing and optimizing based off of the data that you're getting. So you'll notice within your first 33 videos that you upload, you're going to start to get a lot of amazing data that you can reflect on. And oftentimes I've had channels where none of the first 33 videos took off, but after I've uploaded them and after we get this data, I've been able to optimize based off of the data, and in some instances absolutely blow the channels up. So this is really cool. And like I said, my personal favorite phase of this whole process. And then it's time to actually consider running multiple different YouTube channels. Now, I know going into this, you might not have thought about running multiple different YouTube channels and like, isn't it enough work running one channel? However, once we can start getting you making money from YouTube, which obviously isn't a guarantee because I can't guarantee you're going to actually take action with this information. But once you do start making money with YouTube, then it's time to start to think about, is my time really best spent working on this YouTube channel, generating the content myself? If you're doing that, and you might want to consider running multiple different YouTube channels. Also, with what goes into running multiple different YouTube channels, you can also consider something called translation. Let me move myself out of the way right there. As you can see, you can also consider something called translation, where you translate your channels into different languages. And I know what you're thinking, do I have to speak different languages? No, and I'm going to be showing you in this program, at the end of this program, how you can scale your channels into multiple different languages without even speaking the languages yourself, and multiply the amount of revenue that you're making from YouTube in the process. For instance, I've had English channels that have been moderately successful where I break even on the channels or make a little bit of profit, but then I translate the channels into multiple different languages and I make a lot more money. That's where a lot of the real profit comes from, because it's so cheap. Once you actually have a channel in whatever language that your channel is in, then it becomes so easy and cheap and really a no-brainer to multiply the amount of revenue we're making through translating the channel into multiple different languages and having multiple language version channels of the original channel that you made. So that's really the entire process right here of the YouTube business model. And like I said, this course that you're going through right now, I tried to structure this course to be in accordance with this structure. And I'm going to be giving you a checklist in the next lesson here. And then I'm going to be going over some realistic timeframes for completing this as well. And I've got a ton of awesome stuff in store for you in this program. And I know you're going to get a ton of value from it. So I hope that you are as excited as I am, and I'll see you in the next lesson.